Never forget your vanilla latte, stupid normie.
We got Elliot Rogers fan edits before GTA 6. I'm making a video on the whole like looks maxing community and culture, and during my research I've just come across some pretty wild shit. One of them is a video that I don't think is up anymore. Let me see if I can find it for you. But yeah, I'm just like, the whole incel thing has been around for a while. It's been around for a while, right? And before, it legitimately just used to be like guys saying like, you know, I struggle with girls because this, that, and the third. And there was always this like misconception back in the day that it was just like, oh, you know, all these incel guys, they just hate women. When that really wasn't the case. They want to get women, right? They just struggle to do so. I'm gonna take this earbud out because it fucking hurts. And pull up the full face cam. I mean, these guys, they didn't hate women. They just, you know, they struggled to get them. And if you really looked into it, it was something that you could sympathize with. But I think that over the time, because there was always that misconception that every incel just hates women and they're going to be another Elliot Roger, that they didn't really have people to go to for their problems. And because of this, they didn't have anyone to go to besides like other incels. Like maybe it was hard to talk to your friend who like gets girls about the fact that you can't get girls. He's gonna just tell you to be more confident, and you're like, no, it's a lot more, you know, there's a lot more than that, blah, blah, blah. All right. And I think due to the fact that they didn't really have anybody other than each other, now we are kind of getting to that point where there's a lot more of these hateful sub-pockets of incel culture. I mean, what I just showed you is an Elliot Roger fan edit. I can't look at the comments. I don't know why it's not letting me look at the comments. Let me pull up this other video.
Men out there watching my videos, I just want to know, how do you guys cope with being a genetic failure? Because I'm honestly so sick and tired of it. I'm tired of, you know, nothing working out in my life thanks to my looks. Like, I know realistically I'm gonna be working wagey jobs for the rest of my
Why am I being fucking stupid? I'm gonna send this to myself real quick. And while I'm doing that, I'm gonna try to still focus on talking, but I have pretty bad ADHD, so just bear with me. And okay, what was I last saying? Yeah, there's like a sub pocket that was always there, but I think it's growing because these guys just live in like this echo chamber, and they're all just telling each other like, man, it's actually so over. None of us are ever gonna get laid. It's over for us, guys. We lost the fucking genetic competition. Our fathers and mothers failed us. And all the rest of them are just like, yep, I agree 100%. And when you have all these guys that really do feel like it's over, and they start to think about the reasons why it's over. Okay, I had to double check to make sure my email wasn't on screen. Couldn't preview file. There's a problem playing this video. Okay. Well, I downloaded it. Hopefully it worked.
Any ugly men.
Can my fucking media player open? Okay. I'm gonna finish my thought, and then I'm gonna... What the fuck was my last thought? Yeah, all these guys start to think about the reasons why it's over, And the answer they always come back to, they these are the guys that do blame the women, right? They blame the woman for having certain standards, only wanting to date guys taller than them or make a certain amount of money, blah blah blah, yada yada. You know, you get what I'm saying. And they start to get mad at the woman because they have those standards that these guys don't fit. And a lot of people have already theorized this, so I'm by no means like a pioneer when it comes to what I'm about to say, but I think Tinder really fucked up everyone's perspective. Dating apps in general really did. I think that before that, none of this shit existed because these dating apps, I think Tinder was out my senior year of high school. Nobody ever talked like this. I didn't know what the fuck an incel was. I didn't know what that shit was when I was in high school, and I'm 26 right now, so that was. When the fuck was 2016? God, like fucking 8 years ago? And the ability to set standards for. This is a problem. I'm going to say what the problem is with Tinder. I'm going to start by saying it's actually men's own fault. And I was a participant in this. Because what we would do is we would just swipe everybody and just like delete the girls we didn't want, right? When we matched with them. Every guy that I knew did that. And I think what eventually just happened is the shit just started to snowball out of control where all these girls, because guys, we knew what we were thinking. We were like, oh, we're just gonna fucking discard like the mid bitches. And we're only gonna talk to the girls that are like attractive. That's what we were doing. But from the girls' end, there's a lot of girls that don't actually know how guys think, right? A lot of girls will say like, oh, men will fuck anything, blah, blah, blah. Men just want to have sex, blah, blah, blah. But when the man is like approaching her with that mindset, I think it can kind of like inflate their egos a bit. I might be wrong for saying that, but there's a lot of women with like really inflated egos. And I was seeing a lot of that when there was all these TikToks of these girls saying, my man needs to make X amount of money. He needs to blah, 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 and blah, blah, blah. My man needs to make $100,000 a year. I'm not going to work, and I don't want to have kids until I'm 35. What fucking planet do you live on? I always looked at those videos and was like, yeah, that's ridiculous. This bitch is going to die alone. But some of these girls, and I'm trying to say this without being super disrespectful, we're just like fat and ugly saying this. And they just don't have like a real perception of like who they are. And there's nothing wrong with setting certain standards for yourself. Like, I'm not saying fuck people or date people that you don't find attractive because the guys or girls you want won't go for you. I'm not saying that at all. You should go after who you want. What I am saying is that they're not real with themselves, right? And they're just holding out for something that's probably never going to happen, which again, that's perfectly fine if that's what you want to do. Go ahead and do it. But I think a lot of that came from Tinder because I wasn't seeing that before. There was all these guys just swiping on everything in existence. And then all these girls, like no matter the girl, unless we just randomly caught like some dude in there, like, whoa, that's chest hair. Left swipe. That's what we were doing. All these girls had all these likes in their queue. I don't remember if there was queues back in the day. All I know is that shit's gonna inflate your ego when you think all these guys want you, right? as a result, I think women were a lot more selective with their swipes. And as dating became more and more online and women were still being selective and guys are still just fucking swiping on everything in existence, it just made the problem just snowball and become like massive and so much more widespread. 8 years isn't a long time. It's really not. Like, growing up, I don't think I knew a single guy who just couldn't get somebody, right? And none of us were talking about, like, I had like a handful of friends short. I'm 5'9.5", 5'10", right? I had a handful of friends shorter than me. They were all able to get girls. They're like 5'7", 5'6", 5'8", right? None of them are ever walking around talking the way that these guys talk online, saying like, oh, I'm not fucking 6 feet, so no girl's ever gonna want me. And I remember the first time I saw one of those tweets, I gotta hurry up and wrap this shit up so I can play this video for you, because if this is the one that I think, there's a very specific video by this guy that I was looking for. I'm not sure if I saved it. I hope it is, because he said something fucking crazy. The fuck was that? Like some fucking tweaker just like punched my front door and left. I done lost my train of thought. What the fuck was the last thing I'm so mad that just happened. Yeah, ADHD be whooping my ass. I'm not gonna lie. Oh, none of these guys talked about, like, shit holding them back from getting girls. Not during high school, not after. I have never heard people in real life talk like this. And 8 years is a very short time. Like, it was around back then, like the whole incel thing that was around. I was like looking into it. It didn't seem like that much of an issue, and now it's just like spiraled out of control. And I have a couple theories. This guy, as you can see, very young dude. He looks like he's maybe 20, right? He's got a baby face. And his entire TikTok is just about how he's given up on trying to get girls. Dog, how are you giving up that? I'm gonna play this video for you guys. I'm gonna just play this shit.
If there's any ugly men out there watching my videos, I just want to know, how do you guys cope with being a genetic failure? Because I'm honestly so sick and tired of it. I'm tired of, nothing working out in my life thanks to my looks. Like, I know realistically I'm gonna be working wagey jobs for the rest of my fucking life thanks to my looks and my fucking IQ. Like, literally.
Pausing it early, first of all, you're not even really ugly. You're like a 6.57. Actually, there's a lot of ugly dudes. I'm one of them. You're like an 8 facially. You could probably work on your teeth, like get some braces or something, but you got good hair, right? You got a slim face. I'm turning into one of them. I'm like breaking down this guy's face. But yeah, that's not the reason you can't get girls. And did he talk about girls yet? He will. Wagey jobs, dude. Just go to fucking school. I'm not even talking college, dog. He could be like a fucking mechanic, could be a welder, anything. There's like trades that you can get into. Maybe you could start trying. I'm not saying this like it's the easiest thing in the world, because of course it's not. But you could eventually start your own business if you really lock in. There's things you can do. There's tons of short guys that get money. Kai Cenat is like 5'6". There's other YouTubers. Um, I'm pretty sure there's some self-improvement YouTuber who's like a couple inches taller than you, but he's still like short. Anyways, I'm gonna let him keep yapping.
Look at me, bro. If you see me out in public, you probably think I'm a fucking bitch thanks to my fucking looks, and I literally cannot do anything about it. Nothing, bro. Like it's so frustrating knowing that I will never be hard. Like my hard work will never be noticed because of how subhuman I am, bro. Literally, I get treated with fucking disrespect everywhere I fucking go thanks to my fucking looks, bro. And it's annoying. People treat me like I'm some fucking idiot, bro. Like I'm not. I might look like an idiot, but I'm not. You feel me? Like literally, your looks play a role in every part of your fucking life, bro. Every part of your fucking life. Dating, social, etc. Everything, bro. Everything. Like, I'm literally never going to have a fucking dating life thanks to my fucking looks.
If you want to get girls, let me say this. The last thing a girl wants to hear is about how many bitches you don't get. Because they're going to start asking themselves, well, why can't you get any bitches? And 5'5", yeah, that's rough. I'm not going to act like it's not. That's a tough, you know, that's tough. But I've seen 5'5" guys walking around with girls. So it's doable. It can happen. Is it going to be a lot harder? Yeah. I'm not going to be disingenuous and say that it won't be. But it's possible. But the one thing that's going to hold you back the most is making videos like this. I'm going to let you keep talking.
And I can't do anything about it. I really can't. Like, now I understand why Elliot Rodger did what he did, bro, because...
That right there. That right there. We're going to go on Google and just already showed Elliot Rodger. We're going to remind people what the fuck he did. So he shot, stabbed, and rammed his car into people on his college campus before fatally shooting himself. So because you can't get bitches, you understand why Elliot Rodgers went around killing a bunch of people. And this is what I mean when I say that this shit, these guys just being in their little bubble, has caused this whole incel and looks maxing community to just, not the whole, but like that pocket of them that are just like hateful and considering violence, them just communicating with each other that much and sharing their ideas and like their despair has just caused it to just spiral out of control. When you have people saying shit like this with their fucking face, that's when you know you got a bit of a problem. Like, that's just not okay. Even if you really were so fucked up, you are not like a mutant, yet that's how you speak about yourself. And you're still a young guy. You got your whole life. You haven't even really tried enough. You haven't had enough time to really try to be able to say that it's over. Like, if you go a whole 40 years, right, and you can just never get a woman to, like, interact with you or sleep with you or whatever, then you can say it's truly over because, like, your peak years have ended and all that, and you're starting to get older. But you are no older than 22 at most. That is at most. Yet you're talking about how a killer, like you understand a killer because you can't get bitches and you feel that you're subhuman. I honestly don't even know what to say. I didn't know what to say the first time I saw it. I just clicked off the video because I was so crazy to me. The internet has changed a lot about society. There's a lot of people that say like the internet's not real. Obviously the internet isn't, but the people that are on it are, and when those people just like get so locked in to these communities, this is the type of shit that happens. And it's not just incel culture, it's like stan culture, it's fucking like politics. When you interact with the shit that much, it doesn't matter if it's just on your phone, it's gonna start to affect you mentally. And it's at the point where we have like very young men just giving up on life and saying they understand why fucking killers killed people. And like I said, when I first looked into this whole incel thing, obviously they weren't all like thinking like that, and they still don't. But the ones that didn't say shit like this with their face. And I don't think this guy's gonna go. Let me just put that out there. I don't think this guy's gonna go kill a bunch of people. Hopefully he doesn't. But sympathizing with killers was not something that was common within that community. And, you know, every time I looked into their shit, the majority of them were denouncing Elliot Rodger, saying he kind of just ruined our cause. Everyone's gonna look at us like we're violent and all this other shit, and they didn't want that. And TikTok has a role in this shit too. Like, this guy's For You page has to just be so fucking brain rotted. It's probably just the worst thing ever. And I'm just wondering. My question is a question that will probably never be able to be answered. But if it wasn't for like TikTok and like Tinder and just the internet in general and everything that, you know, all the advancements we've had and all the innovation that we've had in like social media and like the dating market, etc., would these guys actually be like, one, there's two parts to this. I'm very sorry. One, would these guys even actually be talking like this if they didn't see other guys talking like this, you know, about how they're 5'5" and they can't get any girls and it's over and they might as well kill themselves? And then go look at the mirror and be like, damn, I'm 5'5", I might as well. Would these guys think like this if it wasn't for this type of shit being put out on the internet and them just being able to access it through TikTok and whatever? And two, because like I said, bro, this whole like, oh, you have to be X height to like date me thing that girls are doing now, I just don't think it was a thing back then. Like, nobody was excluded, at least not from what I saw. If it wasn't for Tinder, would that be a thing? I think that question's actually been answered a million times. It wouldn't be a thing. Tinder fucked everything up. But I really do wonder about the whole, like, let's say you just had the problem with Tinder, right? And let's say these guys weren't talking about being an incel and all this other shit on social media. If it wasn't for that, would these guys think that it's actually over for them? Would they be talking like it's over? Would they be crashing out saying they understand killers with their face in the fucking camera? Like, that's a crazy thing to even feel comfortable doing. Um, I just think that if you're talking like this, nobody's gonna want to date you anyways. Like, digital footprints exist. And he talked about he's gonna be working wagey jobs the rest of their lives. If I was a boss, I wouldn't hire you. You just sympathize with a fucking killer. Why? I'm surprised you have a job. I see the Amazon vest. That's one, but two, who is ever gonna want to date? Oh my god. There could have been a girl out there for you. And you might have just fucked that up by having this online. This video right here. People are gonna see you as a dangerous individual. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if you couldn't just get, like, fucking just platonic friends after this. This is a crazy thing to have out there. I'm gonna let the rest of this
He
shit
just
play
wasn't
out.
good looking enough, and it wasn't his fault. He was dealt those cards. You feel me? It's his parents' fault. Like, this is the reason why I'm like, no fucked up shit. I don't love my mom. I don't love my dad because they gave me this fucking face. They gave me these fucking subhuman genes. And before anyone says, "Oh, work out, bro, that shit's gonna make you look attractive," it's not, bro. I got my testosterone levels checked, and look, bro, fucking still subhuman face. Have 930 total testosterone, free 104. So, bro, testosterone doesn't play a role in your looks. It's all genetic, bro.
I gotta stop pausing this. This is only a 2-minute video, but there's just so much to, like, just unpack here. I'm not like a super smart person, so I don't have some insightful philosophical view on this shit. I just call shit how I see it. Saying you hate your parents, bro, because you can't get bitches is just like, it's so ironic. Because they gave you those genes, right? That means people that look like you can find somebody. And of course, people can say, like, oh, different times, standards have changed, blah, blah, blah. But saying you hate your parents because you look how you look is just so, like, that shit's just not okay. That's just not okay. Like, unless they abused you or something, or they were like freaking junkies that just didn't take care of you, then it's okay to, like, resent your parents. But resenting your parents because you look how you look, not resent, he said hate. Hating your parents because you look the way you look, that's just such a disgusting thing to say. I'm gonna just play the rest of
All
this shit.
genetic, androgenic. Like, it's genuinely over for some men. Like, fucking over, bro. Like, my life is hell thanks to my fucking looks, and I can't do anything about it, bro. I really can't. Like, it's over, bro. And I don't know how to cope, and I just want to know, what do you guys do? Because I know for a fact there's definitely other ugly men like me who, who still live life, and I just want to know your guys' advice. Like, how do you guys cope? Like, what do I do? Like, I feel like I ran.
You fucking exist. You live your life. Think about some shit you have always wanted to do that does not involve women or, like, an absurd amount of money, and just go do it. Just continue existing. And I'm gonna say this again when I put out the actual video on, like, the Looks Maxing community. But dog, if you just work on yourself, and I mean really find yourself, because I doubt your fucking dream job is working at Amazon. You don't even have your life figured out yet if you're working at Amazon delivering packages. Think about what you want to do, pursue that, and the people, both platonic and romantic, will just start to like funnel in as you're improving as a person. And that's not cope, that's just life. There was a point where I was like struggling with girls. I wasn't the best looking kid growing up. I had a couple towards the end of high school. Struggled a little bit after, started to figure shit out. I have a girlfriend now. We have an apartment together. We're gonna get married. Even when I was single, I was still doing all right in the dating scene. By no means was I just like fucking having bitches fucking bust it open for me in the middle of the club. But you get my point, right? I could go to clubs, do all right, go to bars, do all right. And by doing all right, I mean like get a number or two, right? Doing all right on dating apps. All of that shit took me like working on myself over the years. And again, I'm average height, so your experience is going to be a lot different than mine. But I just don't. Let's completely remove women from the equation. You can still have a good life. You have to stop posting these fucking videos and sympathizing with murderers, but you can still have a good life. And if you really just can't organically get a woman, I'm not gonna look at you funny if you just pay for pussy. And you're like, well, he tried. He did. He gave it his all. No, I'm not gonna judge you. Go ahead, fuck it. Get your money up, start going to strip clubs, leave with a stripper. Do what you gotta do. But just asking, first of all, you're not even that ugly. Stop with that bullshit. You're just not. Oh, well, you're a guy saying this. Dog. Guys call everybody ugly. Unless you're just like objectively not ugly, which you're not. But you got clear skin. You got a decent face shape. You're just short. And yeah, that sucks. There's not a whole ton you could do about it. But just go be the best little nigga you could be. Jesus Christ, this recording is 32 minutes. Yeah. I just felt like yapping about this shit. If you actually manage to sit through this whole thing of me just like stumbling through my thoughts, thank you. Don't be like this guy. I don't even really have any closing thoughts, bro. Just stop being such a fucking loser. Stop spending so much time on the internet. Literally delete all your social media accounts and delete all the apps. Work on yourself. Fix your fucking brain. Because you have brain rot. The second you start calling yourself subhuman, you have brain rot. That's fucking brain rot. That's what's really over. Like, you keep talking like this, then it's really over for you. Yeah, that's all I got, bro. I'm gonna see you guys when I upload the actual commentary video on this. Bye.